Welcome to UAPB Currents, and today we are joined once again by the UAPB baseball coaching staff, and we have all of the members of the coaching staff with us today. They found their missing member. If you guys would go ahead and let's start with Coach Mack and reintroduce yourselves to the audience, and we'll end with Coach Tatum so he can tell us all where he's been.
Coach Mark McMillan, Associate Head Coach and Recruiting Coordinator.
I'm the head coach, Carlos James, and I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Assistant coach John Tatum. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay, Coach Tatum, we're going to start with you. Last time the guys, they made a little joke about you being missing last time, but we know that you were very busy taking care of very important baseball business that was pertinent to the team.
Tell us about that, John.
We know you've been with Coach James and Coach Mack for 2.5 years now, and initially started as a graduate assistant, and now as an assistant coach. When did you know that you wanted to become a college coach?
Actually, at a very young age. Is in high school, I realized that this was something that I wanted to do. And I pursued it through college, and I was blessed enough to play for these two who, even as a player, they taught me things that I use today in this profession, and they're still teaching me things. So it's been really good to be with these two for the past 2 years, going on our third year. So it was really nice to just come in here with the vision they told me about, and to be able to coach Division I baseball, it's been great.
All right, and I know that the players last time they were on the show spoke about the work ethic that the team. So it's good to see an opportunity. We have an example right here of
Yes,
how the coaches have brought you up. And how did you make your way here to UAPB?
Well, like I said, I played for these guys for a year at the University of Arkansas at Monticello, and I knew I wanted to coach with them because of what they taught me there. The work ethic that they instilled in us, I knew they would instill here, and it was a no-brainer when they presented me with this opportunity. It was easy for me to say yes, and it's been great so far.
And where were you last time that you?
There's no telling. I honestly don't remember. I would love to say I was off somewhere working, but I don't remember.
There were stories of you being kidnapped and abducted by aliens.
If I was kidnapped, I probably talked to them too much, and they just dropped me off somewhere. So these guys are used to it, so they never drop me off. I'm always with them. So
Yeah, we send them on things that endless journeys. Sometimes we just have to get rid of them.
Okay.
yeah, but I always come back. So
always come home. Okay, Coach James. Last time that we spoke, you talked about the seats being installed in time for the spring season. When can we expect to see their installments, and what are the plans that you have to sell seats without, giving the prices? But how is that process going to work?
Well, one thing about it, we're really excited about the seats being put in.
Yeah.
We've had some loyal fans that's been here with us from the beginning, coming out, sitting on the concrete.
Yeah.
But they'll be rewarded this year. We'll have the seats put in probably by the end of January, early February.
Okay.
We'll have approximately 105 chairback seats in the middle that'll be for sale, and then the other seating will be bench seating. It'll be very beautiful because it'll be clad in black and gold, and the chairbacks will have a golden line head on the side. It's going to be really a nice place to come and watch a ball game when it's complete.
Right.
So we're very excited about that. And then the prospects of the teams that we got coming in, the fans will be able to watch some top-notch baseball, from the comforts of a chair, other than on the concrete. So.
Well, baseball is one of those sports where you can bring a lawn chair, that from Pee Wee and all that kind of stuff. We're used to bringing out those fold-up chairs and having a seat. So.
Yeah. But speaking of, bringing up the folding chair, at least now we got seats where we now can charge. And we talked about that earlier, and that's just part of given to the program.
Right,
When fans
absolutely.
come in and they buy, the chairback seats.
Right.
We hadn't set a price on them yet, and I can throw it out there. Hopefully they be no more than $75 to $100 for the whole year because of the amount of games that we have. But one thing about it, regardless of whatever the price is, it's helping the baseball program and,
Right.
and the athletic program as a whole. So whatever money that it involves, you know that you're helping UAPB athletics.
Right, absolutely, yeah. Okay, Coach Mack, last time we spoke, Coach James, and you mentioned your vision for the program. Where did that vision come from? And give us an example or two, of that vision.
I think the initial vision just comes from us being competitors, and loving the sport that we grew up playing. It was something that when Coach James had the opportunity to come here, first and foremost, it was about winning. If you win, it promotes not only the university but the city. But again, we're competitive, so if we're competing, we want to be the best we can. So at the top of the list was establishing a program that's built around winning championships. We knew that would take, some time to get there, just implementing new philosophies, etc. But that's where the initial vision starts. Another example would be bringing in quality student athletes that not only are talented on the field, but excel in the classroom. If you win, you have good players. That should hopefully promote the community to come out and support them. And I think at the end of the day, that's the thing that Coach James wanted to see, was put a product on the field that not just Pine Bluff, but the community wants to come to our campus and watch them play. So that's what motivates us on a daily basis. When our feet touch the ground, we're running. And but again, it goes back to we're just competitive.
Right.
And that's something that we enjoy every aspect of doing this. It's a great profession. We love it, but we want to win. So when your players hear that, I think it motivates them as well.
Right. Why don't you guys speak to the fact, as you're talking about community, it made me think about all of the community involvement that you guys encourage the team to have here in Pine Bluff. How important do you think that is to bringing people into the games to come and support you guys and watch you guys, them going out and working in the community?
Well, by getting our kids out into the program, into the community, it gives the community an opportunity to know them, to get to know them, and then give our players an opportunity to get to know the people in the city. Just like when we were at Brookshire's on Camden and in Whitehall, we didn't give them signs to go out there and say, hey, would you donate a can? We allowed them to engage the public, to get out there and get to know them, and then for the public to get to know, our players as well. I think it helps when you have that personal relationship with the people that's coming to watch you. And if you look at our team, the diversity that we have a player of I want to say each nationality or race that someone within Pine Bluff or your surrounding areas, Whitehall, Watson Chapel, Dumas, Monticello, everybody have somebody they can come out there and root for and relate to. And what we try to do is just bring the whole community and the county together.
Right.
Because that's one thing that sports do. It transcends all races and all iniquities. But we're excited about our guys. I'm excited about my coaching staff. I'm excited about UAPB and where it's going and the vision that the chancellor has for the university. I think there's going to be great things on the horizon here, and what we want to do is be a part of that. Right. We want to do our part to say, hey, this is UAPB, and what we've done here as of late is just kind of we're trying to put our program and our school on a national level. Not only do we go out and play, the top schools, but we go out and compete well. I mean, we go into Oregon and we 3-2. You Oregon State, you 4-2. You 4-2 at Oklahoma. You beat TCU. We got Pittsburgh coming in. So, we going into some big schools and we're competing. Right. And that gets the UAPB brand out there and say that, that there's something to be reckoned with. So.
Right. And Coach Mack speak to that, you know, from a standpoint as the recruiting coordinator, and how important it is that, you know, the community comes out to help you attract future student athletes?
Well, I think it's significant. I mean, every young, I guess, athlete would like to go to a school, an athletic program to where there's great support. I mean, you turn on the TV on Saturdays and you watch football and you see these large fan bases, but I think it just goes back to wanting to know that the community's behind them. That's the significant thing, and our players, you know, they represent the school well. They want to be excellent in everything they do, and I think it's just knowing that they've got a community that wants to see them succeed. And, you know, when you show up on game day and there's people in the seats, that motivates you. That's something that gives them that little extra oomph, you know, to maybe push through it. A lot of schools in football call it the 12th man. I don't know if we call it the 10th man in baseball, but you know, it's an exciting atmosphere to be able to present. When you bring recruits in to come to your games and they see people in the stands, that gets them excited. So it's a significant part of the formula for success in recruiting, and it's something that we just want to continue to build on, and that comes through getting them out in the community, letting people see who they are, the diversity that comes with the vision that we have, and you know, I'm hopeful again that they'll do that. But we have to put a good product on the field at the same time. So winning, playing great competition, and doing things right, we feel like that'll encourage people to come out.
Right. Okay. I have a question for Coach Tatum. When you were under these guys, I'm assuming that they instilled the same work ethic in you as far as going out and working in the community and being a part of a family. It seems really, you know, something that we notice about the baseball team, that, you know, they all seem to get along really, really well. So how, as you being one of the younger staff members, how do you, I guess, work more probably from a mentor standpoint with the players? I imagine that, you know, the relationship that you have with them may be a little different from these guys here who've been in the business a little bit longer.
That's correct. It is a little different, but at the end of the day, I just try to be exactly to them what they are. You know, they're trying to teach these guys things that they're going to use in their life past UAPB, where 10, 15 years from now, if they come into a situation, they'll know how to handle it. You know, anything, adversity that comes into their life, they'll understand how to get through it because of what these two taught them, and hopefully what I taught them as well. So to really answer your question, it is a little different, but it's still, I try to do to the players what these guys have done to me from the developmental standpoint. Just teach me things that I can grow with, and I just pass it along to the players as well.
Okay, and what do you hope to see for this? Because since you weren't here last time, we didn't get to hear
see what y'all started.
Hear your hopes and visions for the team for this year, because everyone's talked about how it's a different year, a different feel this year than it has been in the past few years.
There is a lot of excitement with this team. The expectations are high, and that's just simply because of the standard that we've set for this program. What I see this year is a very competitive team that will not settle for anything less than a championship. And with that attitude, we're confident going into this year that, you know, that can happen.
Okay. All right, Coach James, we'll end with you. This is our fundraising episode, in case you guys did not know, in case you have not noticed from the ticker that is going across the bottom of your screen telling you to participate in events that we'll talk about and donate to the team, help them make the complex even bigger and better than they're working towards making it right now. So Coach James, of course, we're expecting additional future improvements. Right. Can you share with us some of the additional details about the fundraising schedule that's coming up in January that's going to help with the baseball facility?
Well, actually, you know, the gala is on January the 30th. It's at the Governor's Mansion. It starts at 6 o'clock, I believe. The price hadn't been set yet for the actual cost of the banquet, but you know, the proceeds will go toward improving our stadium. You know, starting with a press box, which will house concession stand. It'll have community bathrooms in it. It'll have 2 sky boxes. It'll have coaches' offices. It'll have a locker room. You know, that later on, hopefully, with people given to Jason's vision of having an indoor batting cage, it'll turn into a meeting room, and then the batting cage area will turn into a locker room / indoor batting cage. But you know, all the proceeds will go toward improving the stadium. You know, we'll do some additional work in putting a covering over the stadium, where you know, when it's cold or if it's hot outside, you know, you will have a covering over the seats area. So you know, there's a lot of things that are going to come out of this gala, and also it's going to be a continuous effort. Right. You know, not just with the gala, but after it's done, you know, to continue to raise additional funds. You know, to add, you know, lights to the facility. You know, and then we also have our women's softball program that will benefit as well. Right. You know, because they're part of the Torrey Hunter baseball and softball complex as well. So, you know, that'll enable them to get the things that they need, so seats and adding bathrooms in their area as well. So there's a lot yet to be done. We know that we're not the only ones, you know, that are in need. Right. But just you know, people need to understand that their giving helps the university. Right. It helps, you know, with the baseball and softball complex. When you first drive into Pine Bluff, that's one of the first things you see, and that's one of the first things that the university have to put on display when you come in from the Memphis area, or you come in from the north side into Pine Bluff. So, you know, the way it looks, you know, perception is everything. Right. You know, that gives, you know, people that want to give or donate an idea of, you know what, that college is coming along. You know, everything out there is nice and neat and green and kept up, and you know, so we're excited about it. We're really excited.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have heard them talk about this wonderful, beautiful team that they have, and they're in the process constantly of raising funds to make improvements and support this team. When we come back, then we'll have an opportunity to speak with some more players, and later on in the show we'll have an opportunity to speak with some people who will be able to tell you exactly how you can donate and help support these beautiful student athletes from UAPB baseball.
And coaches.
Oh, okay, yeah, and them too, and help coaches like Coach Tatum to stay found. And,
find his way.
Help us to get him an alarm clock or a watch or something. We'll be right back on UAPB Currents.
At the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff,
I'm part of a place where I'm always challenged to do more.
I am a part of a place where I can be involved.
I'm a part of a place where everything is possible.
I'm part of a place where champions are made.
At the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, you can get an affordable education with competitive degree offerings, diverse student population, and stellar faculty. Become part of a place where you can get everything you need to succeed. Become a part of the pride at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Hi, I'm Anthony Fernando, a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm also a graduate of UAPB. I'm currently enrolled in the Master of Science in Aquaculture Fisheries program. Thanks to my mentor, Dr. Eggleton, I'm acquiring unique skills needed for future employment.
Since coming to University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Tony has been involved in a wide range of undergraduate research. Some of this research he plans to publish later this year. UAPB prepares its students for these types of opportunities every day.
UAPB is preparing me.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and now we are joined by some members of the UAPB baseball team. Welcome and welcome back, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's start out by introducing and reintroducing ourselves to the UAPB audience. Go ahead.
My name is Jason Ibrahim. I'm from Northern California, and I'm a first baseman.
My name is Kirby Campbell. I'm a senior from Fort Worth, Texas, and majoring in general studies.
Hello, my name is Wilton Guzman. I'm a junior. I'm from New York, and my major is business management.
All right, and what position do you play?
Oh, and I play infield.
Infield. And Kirby, in case they don't remember what position?
I'm a utility, first base, outfield.
Okay. All right. And Jason, what's your major?
Oh, I major in botany. It's plant science.
Botany.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's an interesting major to pursue.
Yeah, my father's a farmer, so
okay.
Following family footsteps.
Okay. All right. Interesting major for any of you who are interested in the sciences, botany, plant sciences. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Jason, you're from Northern California?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and as one of the only 3 freshmen in your signing class, what is your vision for the future of the program? Let's start with that one. What's your vision for the future?
Future of the program, I mean, I want guys that are going to try to get recruited here, that want to get recruited here, to be like, well, this UAPB, like, I hope I get recruited. Because, like, that was, like, the biggest question for me when I got recruited out of high school was, like, am I going to get recruited by these guys? Is it worth, like, putting in the time and effort? And I want them to be like, yeah, it is, and there is a chance for me to come here. So.
Okay, so you want them to be excited about being a part of it.
Yeah, like, kind of intimidated, but not to the point where they don't want to, like, pursue it. You know?
Okay. And what improvements to the facilities would you like to see in order to maximize your opportunities over the next few years?
Well, I mean, an indoor batting cage sounds pretty cool. I would like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Can we charge admission to that?
Yeah,
an indoor batting
cage right next to the field. Yeah, that would be great. With lights, so we can actually go in at night and get some extra work, and that would be great.
Yeah.
Indoor batting cage.
Okay, and in case you guys don't remember, and this show is about fundraising. So you heard Jason's wish. He has a continued education here. He's our young guy here on the team, and help him get his indoor batting cage.
Please.
Keep him busy at night. Okay, let's go on to Kirby. Now, as our senior member, this will be your last year wearing the black and gold. Now, Coach McMillan wrote that question and said it's going to be your last year wearing black and gold, but we know you're going to have on a UAPB baseball alumni shirt.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Of course. I'm
so
golden line for life.
Yeah, not his last year wearing black and gold. He's taking the jersey with him. He'll wear it to the grocery store. So what do you and your fellow senior teammates want to leave as a legacy, and then personally, what are you going to do to make that happen?
Well, when we got together as a senior class, the biggest thing that we wanted to do was to prepare the rest of the team to be able to lead in the years to come. We said, you know, if we can prepare our juniors, our sophomores, and our freshmen to be able to lead when they become seniors, then we did something right. And it starts with, you know, setting a standard of just, you know, hard work in the classroom, on the field, in the community. You know, it's about being dedicated. It's about just, you know, trusting the process and just understanding that everything in life that, you know, that we do, we have to go about it the right way. You know, it's if we go about everything in our lives, you know, the right way, and we work hard, then baseball will take care of itself. So it's like we just really wanted to set a standard of excellence, I guess, you know, just and set some expectations, because in years past around the baseball program here, the expectations were not very high. But when we leave, we want, you know, we want everyone that looks at UAPB baseball or, you know, is a part of UAPB baseball to expect to win. You know, that's something that we want to do. We want to win in every aspect of life, every day. Personally, how to go about that, I mean, you have to bring it every day. We used to say last year, you pack your lunch. You know, it's a full day. We're blue collar. We're here to work, and that's just not only in baseball, but like I said, it's in the classroom, in the community. You know, we're here to develop, you know, qualities that will that will help us later on in whatever we do, not just in baseball.
All right, that's a good answer. Coaches are doing a good job with you guys. Let's get a question for Wilton. Wilton, it's my understanding that you were a part of the first signing class under Coach James.
Yes.
So how have you seen this program develop over the last 2.5 years here at UAPB?
Well, compared to when I first came into the program, our team has progressed in every aspect, I would say, when it comes to baseball, the classroom, everything. But the one that I really enjoy seeing is the progression and the enthusiasm in my teammates.
Mm-hmm.
See, each year we've brought in players that want to be here, want to work, and want to help us get to our goal, which is win a SWAC championship.
Right.
So me coming and seeing the progression from previous years is actually good to see. It makes you feel more comfortable around your teammates, around the program, and then it develops you as a player too, makes you want to get better, work harder. You know what I'm saying? Because you bring in players that are willing to work and giving the most of the most effort. So I respect that, and that's why I enjoy being a Golden Lion.
All right. Okay. Now I see you guys wearing your armbands here, and they say always compete and win forever. Wilton, what's the significance of that band for you? What does it mean, those words, phrases?
This band right here, as long as any of our teammates are wearing this band, wherever we are, no matter where it is, here, home, anywhere, you always want to compete. If you're going to compete, you're going to compete to win.
Mm-hmm.
So we can easily get it taken away from us if we're not competing or trying to win.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you know it means a lot to us.
Okay. All right. Now, Kirby, you spoke last time that you were here about the team's win at TCU and the opportunity to play in front of your family and friends. How important is it to the seniors and your teammates to see the community come out to your campus and watch you guys play?
Well, I mean, that would mean a lot to us because another thing that we talked about as not only as a senior class but as a team as a whole is taking pride in who we are, what we represent. Our University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, and the community. I mean, it's when we run out there with Arkansas Pine Bluff on our chest, we're not just representing ourselves. We're representing something greater than ourselves, and that's the entire community. And I mean, we want to bring a SWAC championship in baseball to UAPB and to the city of Pine Bluff because we were talking about it earlier this morning. It would just create an extreme amount of excitement and enthusiasm for the community itself.
Right.
And that's something that we feel will just kind of rejuvenate the area. It's not just about us winning baseball. it's about us bringing some recognition and some excitement to Pine Bluff. And we understand that everything that we do is seen by the community, and with what we've been trying to do this year with our community service, I mean, that goes back to last year with Coach Mack and Coach James, just trying to instill those values in the team. But we if we could gain community support, that'd be huge. I mean, we would love to see the THBC packed out with Golden Line fans, because there's a lot of very proud UAPB alums here in Pine Bluff and in the surrounding area, and for us to be able to gain their support would be huge, because in a few years we'll be alums as well.
Right.
And so just kind of creates the cycle of support around the program.
Okay, all right. Jason said alums, I just got here. But as we go out, speaking of community support, you guys are going to be handing out that calendar there, and Kirby, there's a picture of you on there. So you're just going to become a superstar. We know we got to be looking for you to do big things, because we keep seeing your face all around town.
Team first.
He's the face of the team right now. But look for these guys as they continue to bring their schedules out and hand them out, and they want you to come out to their games and support them as they make their move towards the SWAC championship. And we hope that as players on this team that you guys get the opportunity to receive that. Jason is a freshman, so it can be his first of 4.
Yeah. 4, yeah, that's right.
and Kirby, it would be a great going away present for him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll be right back on UAPB Current.
Hi, my name is Danny Andre Burrell II, a senior here majoring in industrial technology, management, and applied engineering. I thought that I would be looking for a job at this point, but thanks to my mentor, Dr. Charles Colin at Career Services, I was able to obtain a position as an industrial engineer upon graduation.
Danny worked hard in class from the beginning, obtaining 3 internships while on campus. UAPB can help prepare students like Danny for those same opportunities.
UAPB prepared me.
At the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff,
I'm part of a place where I'm always challenged to do more.
I am a part of a place where I can be involved.
I'm a part of a place where everything is possible.
I'm part of a place where champions are made.
At the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, you can get an affordable education with competitive degree offerings, diverse student population, and stellar faculty. Become part of a place where you can get everything you need to succeed. Become a part of the pride at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and now we are joined by Mr. Alonzo Hardy, who is the athletic director for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Again, our head baseball coach, Coach Carlos James, and also our chancellor, Dr. Lawrence Alexander. Welcome, Dr. Alexander and Mr. Hardy, to the show.
Thank you.
We've been having an excellent time today talking with the baseball coaches and some of the team members, and really allowing the community and our campus to get to know the baseball team a little more. And we've told everybody that this is a fundraising episode, and now you guys are here to talk the business part of it and let everybody know exactly what is Home Runs and Heroes, this event that it will be taking place at the Governor's Mansion for the baseball team.
Home Run and Heroes is a fundraising event to complete the Torrey Hunter baseball, softball, and Little League complex on the UAPB campus. And once that facility is completed, we think it would be the jewel diamond of the Arkansas Delta. To complete that project, we do have to have several fundraisers, and the Home Runs and Heroes will be one major fundraiser to raise funds for that event. We're estimating it would be about $1.2 million to complete that project. From this fundraiser, we hope to raise about $100,000. And we are appreciative of Governor Beebe for allowing us to use the Governor's Mansion for this project. We expect to have about 225 people at the event. Tickets are on sale currently at the development office, Dr. Martin Hall's office here on the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff campus.
Okay. All right. And what is your, I know that, ideally someone out there would make an offer, a donation of $1 million right now, and we'd be done with fundraising. But ideally, what would you like to put a time stamp on how long you would like to take to complete this?
Well, our goal is to, once we open up our season in February, to have that facility at a point where individuals come, they will see vast improvements from the past couple of years when the team played. We've already have ordered seating for the complex, which is something that we haven't had thus far. We envision building a press box facility, concession stands, permanent restrooms, etc. And like I said, once it's completed, we think it's going to be a great facility where our team will be able to host top caliber NCAA Division I competition. We expect fans to come from around the country to support the teams that we bring in. We think it will be a great boost for the local and the regional economy once this facility is completed.
Right. And Pine Bluff is a baseball city. It's a baseball town. People enjoy baseball, and we have, Torrey Hunter, who is from here and grew up through Little League and high school baseball here. And so we know that this is an effort that the community will come out and support, because it offers enjoyment and something else for people to do in the local community.
Yes, the city of Pine Bluff that I have discovered in my short tenure here at the university, they love college athletics, particularly in this particular city, they love baseball. The city has produced some outstanding baseball talent that have gone on to play in the professional ranks, such as Torrey Hunter. And we're happy to have his name on the complex, and we're happy to have his support of this event.
Okay. Coach James, let's speak. I know earlier we talked about, we joked about the fact of whether or not some of the players were going to be at the event, and they are going to be there, and the community will have an opportunity to meet them.
Mm-hmm. Well, the players are actually act as hosts during the event, which is it's kind of scary for me. Mm-hmm. You know, just having those guys out there trying to wait tables and do things like that and serve dinner. But we're going to get some staff on campus to kind of help them out, and so that they can learn what to do and when to do it. They'll also be in full uniform when they do it, you know, to kind of add to the atmosphere. So I'm excited, but I'm scared at the same time, you know, because you got guys 18 to 24 years old out there trying to serve plates. So hopefully we won't lose all the food on the floor or anything like that. So.
Well, I'm sure they'll do fine. You guys seem to teach them well in all of the different aspects and areas that they work in. So I'm sure that, you know, no food will be spilled.
Yeah, it's part of the standard.
Yeah. Chancellor Alexander, speak to the fact that this event is taking place at the governor's mansion and what that means for the university, the fact that he's opened his doors to us. You know?
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about this event is that Governor Beebe has opened the doors of the governor's mansion to have this event there, which means this is an important event not only for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, not only for the city of Pine Bluff, but for the state of Arkansas. And that's a tremendous asset for us and a tremendous opportunity for us to showcase what we have at UAPB on a state level and in the governor's mansion. So that's going to make this event all the more wonderful. Having it there at the governor's mansion, it will be for that reason a very historic event that folks who love baseball, folks who love the university, and who care about the future of baseball in this community will certainly not want to miss.
Right, absolutely. Mr. Hardy. We've got the stick mic going on, guys, so it gives us kind of a little more athletic feel going up here. Tell us about how, like Dr. Alexander said, it's a state event. It's a statewide event and hopefully a national event that you can come in. Alumni, we welcome you to come in from anywhere around the nation and be a part of this event. But tell us a little bit about sponsorships and your hopes for that. And I know you guys are still accepting sponsorships and working with that part.
The first thing that we'll say, the event is scheduled for Thursday, January 30th at the Governor's Mansion. And although it's at the Governor's Mansion, it is not a formal event, so we don't want to scare people off thinking they have to put their tuxedos on.
Right.
And we're looking for sponsorships from the corporate sector as well as individuals. Anybody that loves UAPB, anybody that loves college athletics and baseball in particular, there are opportunities for those individuals to contribute towards this campaign.
Right, and for anyone who is interested in being a supporter or a sponsor, just sending in a donation. If you're not going to be able to make the event, then you can contact Dr. Margaret Martin Hall's office, the development office here on the campus, and let them know that that is the effort that you are sending your support towards. Tell us a little bit more about who is going to be at this event. I understand that Torrey Hunter, we've already spoken about the fact that Torrey Hunter and his wife will be there, and of course Governor Beebe. And so who else can we expect to see at this event?
In addition to the governor and Torrey Hunter, Cliff Lee who play professional baseball will also be at the event. And I believe Carlos is quite familiar with Cliff Lee, who will make a special appearance. So I will let Carlos give us a little statement about Cliff.
Well, we're very excited to have Cliff Lee be involved in our event. You're talking about a perennial all-star, one of the greatest pitchers, in the game today. He also hails from our own state here in Arkansas. He's from a Bend native. He played at the University of Arkansas. And he and Tori are pretty good friends. And the good thing about it is this event encompasses everybody. And Cliff heard about what we was trying to do and the things we were trying to get accomplished here at UAPB, and he immediately jumped on board. So that's just that Arkansas spirit. Everybody kind of get in together, and then with having a governor as well, it just shows you the camaraderie that we have in this state, when it comes to, look, like I talked about before, athletics kind of transcends everything. Right. Everybody's gets on board when it's for the greater good, and it's something that's going to really help Pine Bluff in getting that complex built. And Cliff saw a need, and he's involved. So I'm very excited to have him. You basically have two probably future Hall of Famers that's going to be involved in an event hosted for UAPB. Okay.
Chancellor Alexander, I know that this is one of your first opportunities for athletics fundraising here on the campus. We had the 5K run walk, and this is another opportunity. And I know that is one of the things that before, when you were going through the process of becoming chancellor, that you were passionate about fundraising, not only for athletics, but for the university. How do you feel that these events, I guess, have measured up? Are they what you expected, or are you pushing even further past the governor's mansion? I mean, that's a huge thing for
that's true. This, as I said, it's a tremendous opportunity to hold a fundraiser at the governor's mansion. That probably equals or exceeds my expectations in coming in terms of the types of events and fundraisers that we were capable of doing. Now the jury is still out on just how successful things are. Right. But we believe that with the support and the help of the citizens, of sponsors, of organizations in and around the city of Pine Bluff and the state of Arkansas, we can be tremendously successful. We can get this campaign done for baseball. We can get the complex completed, and the community. The community of Pine Bluff will see the benefits of it, and they'll be able to come out and to enjoy it throughout the year. So it really is hitting on all cylinders in that regard. One other thing I'd like to mention, and I'd like to echo the sentiment of Coach James, who is noting that this is, I can't imagine as a baseball fan where I could go on an evening in January and meet two of baseball's current greats, right. The greats of Major League Baseball in Torrey Hunter and Cliff Lee, and to be greeted by and hosted by Governor Beebe, the governor of the state of Arkansas, and to go to an event at the governor's mansion. Right. It's just an invitation to all. It's an invitation to our sponsors, to those who want to be a part of this fundraising event, and to those who want to take this opportunity to take a baseball city and lift it higher. Because as this entity grows, baseball in Pine Bluff will grow, right. And it can once again become the mecca for baseball in this region.
Right, absolutely. I guess before we go, one of the things that we've talked about the baseball, and we spoke a little bit about the importance of this complex for the softball team. I know that one of the things that Tori is passionate about is the aspect of Little League being a part of that. Would you speak to that, Coach James?
Well, in finishing the complex out, the softball field and the Little League dimensions are the same, which gives us an opportunity, when it's finished, to be able to, when we do camps, we'll be able to use that softball facility as well to be able to host our 12 and under kids,
right.
And be able to instruct them, on a field that's more conducive to their size and their skill level. So, and also with softball, I mean, you have a lot of softball tournaments and things like that. We'll begin to have out there for little girls, 12 and under as well, which would just bring more people to the campus.
Right.
And that's the thing about completing the complex is the economic impact that it'll have on the city and with the university, and then beautifying that area on that end of the campus, because that's one of the first things you see when you come into Pine Bluff from the north part of the state. You're going to see that Torrey Hunter baseball, softball, Little League complex, and we want to make it, just like Mr. Hardy said, one of the jewels of the Southeast.
Right, absolutely. And Mr. Hardy, we'll end with you. Again, tell everyone out there in the community when and where you want them to be, and what we need them to do to make this effort a successful one.
The event is Home Runs and Heroes, hosted at the Governor's Mansion, Thursday, January 30th. We encourage everybody who love college athletics, in particular who love baseball and softball, and who support community events such as the Little League competitions, to please support this event. Sponsorships are available, tables are available. If you have the wherewithal to be a corporate sponsor, we invite you to support this event.
Okay, and we are taking sponsors and donations from not only the city of Pine Bluff, the state of Arkansas, but again throughout the nation. We're making a call to all of our alumni, especially those who have been a part of the baseball program here at the university. Help them have an even more successful season, because the players and the coaches have already claimed a SWAC championship for this year. And having this facility completed to the level that they would like to see it, being able to get that batting cage and all of that kind of stuff that the players want, would just be taking it to another level for them. So make sure that you come out and support, that you call the development office and make your support and donations in that way. And we will see you next time on UAPB Currents.